round 2 of Region Wars here. Before I start, go check out Team Equinox. Link is in the sidebar. Awesome chat place where I hang out most of the time. And yep, go check the place out, because if you want to find some battles and you want to find some good battles, there are some awesome players there. You know, Magnitude, Josh to be the man, you know, Ferris, all those guys, you know, and you should definitely go check it out. So links in the sidebar, and have a look. So here is the match against Poloboy. This is round 2. This is Johto this time, and I was like, I like Johto. Johto's good, and a lot of guys that I use often come from Johto, so I was thinking this would be a pretty good match. So he leads off with Subtle Widow, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but he goes for the Sucker Punch, which I didn't expect, because I don't know what that thing does, and I put it to sleep, which was pretty good. But then I U-turn out as he goes to a P2. Now, I saw he had download there, but I didn't quite acknowledge that he would be an offensive Porygon 2, because obviously most P2s you see are defensive. So I was thinking this, I wasn't quite sure what to think at this time, so I was thinking maybe I should go to some wally type thing to maybe stop it, or maybe go to a physical attacker that's faster to just get rid of it quicker. But I guess I thought for quite a long time here, and I don't actually remember what I go to, but I go to Entei apparently, and now I can't, this was a while ago, so let me think, what would I do? I Will-O-Wisp it so that it can get some continual damage on it, and he goes for the agility, so now he has +2 speed and +1 special attack, so I'm kind of scared now, knowing that P2 does have decent special attack, and Tri-Attack's going to do quite a lot to me, and indeed it does do a lot, like 70%, so I hit him with a Fire Fang, and that really doesn't do too much, so I'm thinking, okay, this thing's bulky and, you know, offensive. I'm like, this might be a bit of a pain, but I know it's got the burn, so I know it has to die eventually. So I leave Entei for death fodder, because there really isn't a lot I can do with him, and I just, you know, just seems to leave him, to keep him, that is. So I go to Azumarill, and I think an Aqua Jet will take out the Porygon, and it thankfully does, so I'm happy with that, and I got the thing out of the way. But he goes to Kingdra, I'm like, I'm stuck on Aqua Jet. Obviously he 4 times resists it, and I'm going to have to switch, and I know he's either going to get a Dragon Dance up or a Rain Dance, and this thing's going to be really, really dangerous if I'm not able to stop it. So I have to switch, and I don't know what to go to, because I can't work out whether it's a physical or a special one, so I have to kind of throw something out there to check. So I throw out my own Kingdra to check what type it is, because I know he won't attack. I know he'd either go for a Dragon Dance or a thingy, and it turns out he subs and then Dragon Dances, so now I'm getting kind of scared, and I Dragon Pulse to get rid of the sub. So now I know he's a physical variant, I can safely go into Fortress as he outrages, and wall him in that way, because I know he's going to outrage, and I do take it well. And now I'm kind of free to set up my Stealth Rock, seeing as he's locked in. So that's exactly what I do. I go ahead, I'm like, la la la, I can just set up all day long on this thing, and I'll be fine. But the annoying thing is that when he gets confused, which I believe is this turn, he doesn't switch out, but he relies on the hacks to go in his favour, and for him not to get confused and hit himself. So he actually gets the sub off. I'm like, oh shit, because if he gets unconfused and doesn't break the sub, then he's going to start raping me quite badly, and I do not want that to happen. So he hits himself in his confusion while I set up my Toxic Spike glares, and there's really nothing I can do to stop this thing unless I just blow up in its face. So I pretty much have to bank on him. And then he Dragon Dances again. I'm like, oh dear, this is going to be pretty bad. So I have to take out the sub. And I get rid of it, thankfully. And I think he just stops being confused next turn, which is even worse for me, because now he's got +2. And I'm just like, oh dear, how am I going to stop this thing? So I go to the bulkiest thing I can, which I believe is a Azumarill at this point. I'm thinking, okay, so I know that I should be able to live at least a hit, hopefully, and I know Azumarill's like at full health, so I do eventually bring him out, and I'm thinking, right, okay, please live, and then he subs and snaps out, and I'm like, fuck, this is not going well, and Double Edge takes damage even when you hit the sub, which I didn't know you could get recoil hitting subs, so I was like, oh, what the fuck. So he hits me with the outrage, and I live at 41. I was like, that made my day. That was the best thing that could have happened, and Azumarill proves again to be like the beast that it is by living a +2 outrage stab from Kingdra, and I was like, yes. Oh, that was a sigh of relief right there. But I do have to deal with this Raikou now, and I make a pretty poor play here. I stay in with Crobat and just attack him, which was really not the best thing to do because I could have used Crobat later on for some sort of useful act of some sort, and he just one-hit KOs me with Thunderbolt, and that was really just plain stupid on my part. So I do go out to Kingdra here and set up the Rain Dance because I know that I can live a Thunderbolt relatively well, and I do live it with about, a third left. So I get my lefties and Rains up. So now I'm going to outspeed everything on the pitch, and I'm going to do some striking here and take down Thing with a Surf. So that was good, and I'm not sure what he has left, maybe 3 guys or 2 guys, but I'm pretty sure that Kingdra can do some sweeping and finish the field. Goes out to a Scizor, and I'm like, shit, Scizor, please die. So I go for the Surf, and it's so close, it just doesn't kill it, and I'm like, damn it, and he hits me with a Bug Bite, and I go down. So now I have to bring in something, and thankfully he had Life Orb, so he kills himself. So I was like, phew, don't have to deal with that stupid Scizor. So he goes out to his last, which is his Typhlosion, and I go out to my last, which is my Meganium. Now, I do still have Rain up, so I was thinking, I endure, and I live the hit, and I forgot about Rain, so I was like, oh crap, when I endured. But then he subbed, so he Fire Punches, and I take hardly anything, but that burn right there, that lost me the match, because I knew I could have endured on the next turn without the Rain, would have lived, got the Salak boost, and would have killed him with an Earthquake, and that lost me the game right there. So that crucial tiny bit of hacks lost me at 2-0 actually. I could have swept his last guy, but that was Sado Widow, and I could have killed it with an Earthquake or something. But that was a great game, Poloboy, and it did go to a 1-1 now with between the regions, and so yeah, gotta have that third round Hoenn game. So common rate sub, and I'll get that up whenever I play it. So yeah, peace.